Hi guys, this is Teacher Rhea from Glossomatheia and I'm doing this video as a tutorial on how to use Google Jamboard. Many teachers have asked me how I use Google Jamboard with my classes for collaborative writing. Now, we teachers are constantly on the lookout for new, easy and convenient ways to have our students practice collaborative writing because let's face it, productive skills is something that the Zoom medium or let's say our digital platform doesn't really favor. It's mostly receptive skills. In a nutshell, Google Jamboard is an online digital whiteboard, which can also be used as a canvas. It can also host students' projects, but I like using it for collaborative writing, and I will show you right now how. So as you can see, Google Jamboard belongs to Google, so you will find it inside the G Suite. All you have to do, if you have a Gmail account, go to your photo on the menu, click on the menu, and there you will find amongst YouTube, Google Drive, Maps, whatever, Google Jamboard as well is also where you found docs, sheets, Google Slides and everything. Mind you, you might need to scroll further down to find it. In my case, I've got it, I've brought it higher up because I use it all the time. So you just click on it and it gets you to the Jamboard, Google Jamboard gallery, just like you do when you use Google Docs or Google Slides, if you're familiar with them. Now, in my case, my gallery is full because I've been using it. In your case, it will probably be empty. So what do you do next? It works exactly like I said with the other products of the G Suite. You click on the plus button to create a new Google Jamboard. And here we are now inside the Google Jamboard. Now, one of the reasons that I like it, and I've been using it a lot, even though Google Slides is also very useful for presentations. Like I said, I prefer Google Jamboard for collaborative writing because it has this, let's say, album layout. You can flip the pages like a booklet, okay? There is a menu on your left, which you can easily use, and it doesn't give you all those features that Google Slides do, but you don't really need all those features when you just want your students to do some collaborative writing. You can always set a background. This is just a blank page now. But you can set the background. If you click here, you've got a selection of some colors, not that many, but the good thing is that you can always upload something either from your computer or from Google Photos, from Google Images, or you can take a picture instantly on the spot. What else can you do? You're able to write using the pen or the marker, okay, in any way you want. And there's also the eraser, typical stuff. What is really useful in this case is that you have sticky notes where you can write anything you want. And you will see how I use it with my students in a moment. And then something else, and you can do it in many different colors. And if you don't want anymore, you just cancel. And then you can use these stickers any way you like. You can make them bigger, you can edit inside them, write something else like wow, I don't know, whatever. Apart from these stickers, the other thing that you can do is you can add an image again through another place in the menu. And another very useful feature is that you can use those shapes, like again, you can make it more colorful, more playful, the layout, or when the students create something, for example, you can create a triangle, you can give it a color, you can write inside it, or sorry, I'm going to make it bigger now, and then you can pick the text box and you can write again inside it whatever you want. And of course, when you're presenting something like I'm doing now, you can always do it using the laser. You can also click on the menu up there and you can, for example, duplicate So this is really fast. When you create something for your students and you want, for example, the same template. Now I do want to make this tutorial really fast. So here I am showing you what I just created for my students yesterday to use today in the class. So first of all, I inserted this picture. The activity that I will be using with them is what's wrong with this picture. It's a challenge activity that I'm going to use it to start the lesson, to challenge them a little bit, because we have a morning, early in the morning lesson. So I want them to be, to wake up and be challenged in a positive way. So if I click the page, on the next page, I've got the instructions. Okay, with your partner, look at your picture carefully. How many odd items can you spot? Use the arrows to display them. I've already shown you how to create arrows and use them. Use the stickers to describe what's wrong with the pictures. Collaboration is key. Be fast. Time is kicking. You only have 10 minutes. Now, one thing about the instructions, just like the physical classroom, make sure you explain everything to them before you give them access to this environment, because when they do come in here, it's difficult to control them. So first you need to explain everything, show them around what they need to be doing, and then explain everything, and then give them access, and I will show you how. So what I have done, I have actually used all these wonderful resources that we used to have in our physical classroom, and in this case it's our favorite Twinkle resources. I've taken some pictures from the material and I've downloaded them, and I've created this what's wrong with this picture activity, where I will invite my students in their teams to come inside and spot the odd items out. So one thing I forgot to tell you is that you have to give it a name. Okay, when you just click, I don't know if you saw it, if you just click here next to the Jamboard icon, click to it, you can give it a name, you can just write it, click OK, and I will be sharing it with my students, how, just like you do with your Google Docs and Google whatever documents, slides, etc. You just go on the share button and you pick, you change the settings you want to change to anyone with the link, and you make sure that this link, when whoever has this link, is not a viewer, but they are editors. And when this is ready, you click done and you share the link through the chat box, whether you're using Zoom or whatever else. Now, if you want your students to be really well organized, this is what I suggest. The other app that I'm a real fan of, it's called Padlet. It's a digital bulletin board. Again, it allows for collaboration. You can see what your students are doing in real time, and you can also create, it also works as a canvas. The students can also create projects in here. So what I have done, I've created this post, what's wrong with the picture. I've given, again, very shortly, the instructions, and then I've provided them with the link. So by clicking on this picture, they're directed inside the Google Jamboard, as you can see. Now you can take a look at how I've set this, because I've created two activities, one for me to keep and use it maybe with other classes, and one specifically for my classroom. As you can see, this has got a different name. So I've introduced the activity, the challenge to them, and I had clearly explained the instructions, like I said. And then I got them inside and I showed them, I gave them an example of what I want them to do. So I told them that, for example, at this supermarket, if you can spot what's wrong, what's the odd item in this picture, I want you to pick an arrow, okay, and point at what you find what you find really weird, and it would really come out as odd. And then I reminded them, because my students already knew how to use the stickers, how to write something that they had spotted, and then just add it on the side of these pictures. Like, for example, the trolley on the left has got a different wheel, one different wheel, indeed it has. The woman on the right has got 3 feet, etc., etc. Now, when I explained that, then I gave them access. They all went inside. I had already created the teams, okay, 2 and 2 and 3 people in our case. And this is how they worked on it. So we've got Alex and Marius here with their stickers, with their arrows. Nobody picked at the swimming pool. At school, another team, Artemis and Noni, with their stickers and their arrows. And the last team, Eleftheria and Stella, again with their stickers and their arrows. They managed to point out and find all the wrong things in this picture. Now, the students had a very good time. They did the activity really fast. Actually, for this activity, they only needed 10 minutes. Plus, I told you my students already they know how to use this. And I think all the students nowadays are really faster with technology. Like I said before, all you have to do is send your students to breakout rooms, and you don't even need to be there to attend to see if they're working or how they're working, because everything in Google works real time, which means that if I'm also looking at this document, at this slide or the Jamboard, I can see them doing in real time the things they might work on. So to recap, if you want to practice collaborative writing with your learners in real time so that you can monitor their performance, I think Google Jamboard is one of the best digital tools that you can do that. Plus, it can provide you with a canvas where you can adapt all these wonderful resources you may have had in the physical classroom. Okay, guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a go. Try this activity with your students and share the feedback in the comments. Thank you.